What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. Much love. Shout out to everybody for constantly supporting Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. It's very much appreciated, man. Y'all see the title. I'm going to give y'all a minute to come through before we start tonight. If you're tuning in right now, make sure you hit that like button. Share the show out. It's very much appreciated, man. We'll be starting in a minute. I'm going to give y'all some more time to come on through. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come through. Hit that like button for me, family. Much love to everybody, man. What's good, Sonny? What up, brother Rob? Darren, what's good? What up, Kels? Zoe, what's good, Zoe? Back down, what's going on? Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Share the show out if you can. Y'all see the title. Hotep queens are in favor for new masculinity. The Hotep queens are in favor for the new masculinity. And I know y'all probably saying, what made me come up with this topic? What made me come up with this topic is the fact that time after time again, we constantly see the hypocrisy. Time after time again, especially dealing with our own people, man. Mainly your Hoteppers, your your pro blacks, your quote unquote queens, you know, the ones that act like they they know who they are, they're in favor for for their own people, and they're all about loving each other, and you know, us us people need to do better, and we need to rebuild the family and all of that. All of that type of talking points that you hear from these Hotep queens, it always comes back. The result always come back bullshit every time. Everything that they say is a complete contradiction. Everything. Why? Because how many of them do you hear making shows, getting up on panels, banging on this new form of masculinity? How many of them? How many of your Hotep queens are speaking out against this new form of masculinity? How many? How many? But they're damn sure get up on a panel or in front of a camera as quick as they can and talk about toxic masculinity. But then none of them who talk about they need we need BMs to be men, to be strong, to be dominant, to take control. Listen to all the things we've heard these Hotep queens. Listen to all of their talking points and the stuff that they've used against BMs and said the things that we weren't. But now they have concocted a new form of masculinity for us. Why y'all not out talking against this? Why y'all not saying that the new masculinity is soft? Why y'all not talking about these new masculine men that's coming out? I got a video, y'all stay tuned. I got a video coming about this dude Tank. He just did a interview on Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service. And he said some wild, crazy shit out his mouth. You're gonna see a lot of these weirdos jump on this new masculinity bandwagon. Because all of these guys who were suspect in the beginning, they're gonna hide behind this banner of new masculinity. And I don't hear none of you Hotep queens that's talking about we need warriors and we need powerful BMs. I'm not hearing none of y'all speak against this. What happened to the strength? You know, what happened to guys being in the mirror longer than y'all? Why y'all not speaking out against this new masculinity? Remember, we kings. We want our kings back. We need our kings to stop being dusty. We need our men to stand up and be men. We need men to poke their chests out. We need all those things that were being done were deemed toxic by y'all. But y'all turn around and say, oh, well, we're not man enough. We're not man enough to control anything. We're not man enough to take this and take that. But if y'all needed us to be all of this stuff, why y'all not speaking out against the opposite? Where's the 8-hour panels about that? Huh? Where's the 8-hour panels about these new Malik Yoba type of men? Who's going to stand behind this new form of masculinity? A man that'll stand in front of a camera and say he not fruity, but he like women with penises. You know, all of these guys are under this banner of new masculinity. I hope y'all Hotep queens know that. So is the old form of masculinity toxic, or is this new form toxic? Because all these down low dudes, they're gonna hide under this new masculinity banner. Because what y'all Hotep queens been running around in the media clucking about. Y'all been complaining. Y'all been talking about what ain't this? This ain't masculine. That ain't masculine. This is toxic masculine. So how y'all feel about dudes like Malik Yoba now? And this guy Pharrell and Tank? Because these guys are going to be the faces of new masculinity for BMs in the media. They're going to use all these down low men as the new form of masculinity that y'all asked for. Oh, y'all didn't ask for this. That's why y'all not saying nothing about it? Oh, or are y'all not saying nothing about it because y'all guilty? Because once again, y'all asked for something and y'all got what y'all wanted, and now y'all don't like what y'all have. That's why y'all not saying nothing about it? See, because if you're not going to speak out against something, that means you're in favor for it. You see? If you're not going to speak out against something, that means you're in favor for it. So where's the uproar in the conscious community about this new masculinity thing? Where are you pro-black queens at? Where's the uproar? I need a king. I need a king. You have one now. His name is Pharrell. Now Pharrell can be your king. Now Malik Yoba can be your king. I don't know when y'all gonna learn that the more and more you attack your men, you're gonna ultimately always lose. At the end of the day, you're gonna lose. I don't know when you Hotep queens are gonna realize that. You're committing suicide when you decide to, to stand hand in hand with the oppressor to continue to oppress your men by doing things like this. You see? Oh, a woman can't do nothing to a man. Yes, she can with her words. With her words. Oh, words ain't supposed to hurt you. But guess what else words do? Words create legislature and laws and policies. You see? You see how powerful words can be? Your words, i.e., toxic masculinity, have created the new masculinity. Your words done that. To where now real masculine men once again is on the blacklist. You see that? That's what y'all Hotep queens, y'all pro-black queens have created with y'all words. And guess who is hurting at the end of the day? It's not hurting the grown men out here who know what's going on. It's hurting the young men. Y'all don't even know what y'all doing to y'all sons. Y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't even know y'all hurting y'all sons, man. Because a lot of y'all don't understand how the things you say can take form and create life. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't understand how powerful words are. That is how a woman can actually beat a man down. It's through her words. So if you running around listening to K Filet Michelle, and to all this other BS rhetoric about toxic masculinity, and your sons is hearing this stuff and hearing you having these conversations online about this stuff, he's going to begin to question who he is and his masculinity and the things he like. And then you wonder why your son don't grow up and be straight. And then the first thing you do is you say, oh, it's because his father wasn't there. No, it don't got nothing to do with his father not being there. A father not being there don't got nothing to do with him growing up and questioning his masculinity and his sexual preference. That stuff has something to do with his environment. And if he constantly hearing his mother downplay the things he like as a man, he's not going to want to do those things. He's going to want to do the opposite. Because he's going to think that if his mother looks at that as the standard of masculinity, then that's what he needs to represent. So that's who y'all Hotep queens are really hurting when y'all not standing on the necks of this ideology that they came out with. And it's being pushed all through the media. Y'all are the reason this narrative has been created. Y'all. And y'all not saying nothing about it. But y'all supposed to love y'all sons. Y'all supposed to love y'all children. Because what ultimately affects a boy is gonna affect a girl. Because at some point they have to come together to have children, to keep the family going. So with guys like Malik Yoba running around here and Pharrell running around here, how do you think that's going to affect little boys and little girls? Down low dudes like Tank. And then y'all wonder why I did the stream saying that the gynocracy is a concentration camp for black boys. Somebody commented under it that I was gaslighting. How? When half these children are not even being raised correctly in the household. TV is raising these children. These parents is not raising their children. Half these Hotep queens ain't good mothers. They're not good examples of women. That's why they ran to the whole Hotep shit. To try to make themselves look like something they're not. Oh, if I put a label on myself, that'll hide the real me. That's what people do. Especially you Hotep queens. Y'all running around with these Egyptian names. Like that's supposed to hide who you really are. I submit to my black kings, and then why you not saying nothing about this new masculinity shit? Where's the uproar about this? No, oh, so this is just supposed to be ignored. Y'all are just talk about the GQ article because it's a hot topic, but y'all won't get into the meat of the discussion. Y'all don't really want to have the real discussion. Y'all afraid to talk about this new masculinity. What's going on behind it? Because y'all know what happened. Y'all know that y'all talking points created this. This big media parade around toxic masculinity has created the new masculinity. Now, when you watch the Breakfast Club interviews, you got Charlemagne in them bringing up toxic masculinity. Angela Yee and them bringing up toxic masculinity. Now, this is part of one of the questions. But y'all ain't got nothing to say about that. Y'all don't got nothing to say about that. And I want to know why. Why y'all so quiet about it? Where's the 8-hour streams? Hmm? Hmm? Because y'all know that this whole new masculinity thing is another spinoff for the LGBTQ community. And a lot of y'all conscious community folks, or y'all Hoteppers, or y'all Hotep queens, a lot of y'all are in favor for them. A lot of y'all won't speak out and say certain things because a lot of y'all are trying to get sponsors. And a lot of these sponsors come from these people. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about that though. Y'all don't want to talk about that. It's a problem. What y'all scared of? Remember, y'all want y'all sons to grow up and be strong black men, right? But with this new form of masculinity, it's teaching them to be weak. It's teaching them to be sensitive. Because remember, y'all said we weren't sensitive enough. We don't know how to feel enough. We don't know how to feel for y'all. We're not in touch with our emotions. This is the stuff that's being said and has been said for a long time. For a long time. But what are y'all gonna do now? Why aren't y'all marching against this? Not to save the grown-ups, not the grown men. What about y'all sons? That gotta grow up in society and see certain things and be exposed to certain things. What about that? So now a new attribute of masculinity is being moist. That's a new trait of being masculine, to be moist, to be dainty, to be delicate and emotional and in touch with his feminine side. Remember, this is the stuff y'all been complaining about. I need a man that's in touch with his feminine side. Remember that? Remember that? Here goes Malik Yoba. He's in touch with his feminine side. How you know that? The man likes penis. He's in touch with his feminine side. He likes things you like. That's how you want your sons to grow up and be? Hmm? Just like y'all like to come up under these videos that's speaking to men in a masculine way. Just like y'all want to, go against all of this certain content that you see and certain content creators that's pushing out certain type of content and say, well, since y'all like talking about strags and talking about what if somebody was talking about your daughter? Well, let me ask y'all women this. What if your son came to you and said, I'm the new masculine man, mommy? How would y'all feel about that, pro Hotep queens? Answer that question. Since you want to ask us, how would we feel if we was talking about, if we said this about your daughter? That's your favorite question. What if your son came to you and said, mommy, I want to grow up and be like Pharrell. I feel like I'm a man like him. Mommy, can I wear a tuxedo and a wedding dress at my wedding? How would you feel about that? Hmm? How would y'all feel about that? Since whenever we talking about strags and jacked up women, oh, what if somebody said that about your daughter? What if your son became the next Malik Yoba? It's okay? Hmm? Is it okay for your son to represent the new masculine man? Huh? So y'all want to be represented by the new king. See, y'all don't understand what y'all just created, man. And y'all been doing this shit for a long time. And it always starts out in increments. Y'all hit the donation links in the chat room, man. CashApp $SheepStaysLeepTV. The Streamlab links is in the chat. But see, it started out when you started seeing single mothers on social media telling people to wish them a happy Father's Day. See, I started noticing little stuff like that. Little stuff like that. Just little things like that. Oh, wish me a happy Father's Day. Cause my baby father, he just a sperm donor. And you still see it to this day. I see it all the time on Father's Day. A bunch of other females under their homegirls, because they all single mothers. Happy Father's Day, girl. Trying to basically push out masculinity and replace it with new masculinity, which is moist masculinity. Moist shit. It starts with that. I've been peeping that. Then all y'all single mothers got bull daggers watching y'all sons and teaching y'all sons how to be boys. You got your bull dagging ass homegirl in the park playing ball with your son. Y'all going home at night, he asking you, is that his dad? Oh, but when your son don't grow up right, you always can lay it off on the man. Oh, well, he ain't grow up with his dad anyway, so it's not my fault he grew up idolizing Tank. It's not our fault he wanted to play in the latest season of New York Undercover. Oh, that's his father's fault. This is what y'all do. Instead of taking responsibility and holding yourselves accountable for understanding or the lack of understanding of what comes out of your mouth. You can hurt a man or you can build a man up with what comes out your mouth. BWs. Whatever you say to a man that's in your life can either build him or destroy him. And that is how y'all are hurting your sons. By what you say to him, by what you say about men around him about the other women you hang out with that say shit about men around your sons. So if you're hanging out with strags, if you got a little strag committee, don't have your sons around them. Don't have them coming to your house talking around your sons. Because they're going to internalize this stuff that they hear. Because y'all don't understand, but coming from a BM's perspective, when I was a little boy, I looked at my mother's friends as I looked at all of them as them just being one group of women. Oh, this is how my mom and her friends think about boys. This is how they see us. You see? See, y'all didn't even see what y'all have created. Y'all didn't even see it in the making. Why y'all think all of a sudden it's been this surge of bunch of celebrities coming out the closet? Young ones coming out the closet. Because they've been trying to recontextualize masculinity. Because it's always been about to neutralize BM's masculinity. It's always been about neutralizing our masculinity. Our masculinity always had to be turned down. That's why you can't wear the big bushy beard. That's considered not professional. You gotta trim it down and make it small as possible. Because you don't want to look threatening. They always trying to, limit our levels of masculinity. Always. We can't even look too masculine. Got to be clean cut and shaved. Why do y'all think that's so? Why do y'all think that's so? So y'all think some of the things that we experience now and been experiencing generations before, y'all sons ain't gonna experience this stuff? Y'all think they gonna grow up in a new world where some of these things won't apply to them? That's what y'all think? Because that's the first thing these Hotep queens say. Not my son. That's the first thing come out their mouth. Like they sons is not growing up in the same goddamn world they grew up in. Like they're not going to experience some of the same prejudices just because they're males like their fathers did. That's what they think. But where's all you Hotep queens speaking out against this? Remember, we need a warrior class. Remember that? But y'all been advocating for more scary BMs, more moist BMs. That's what y'all been advocating for. See, you can't talk out both sides of your goddamn mouth. You can't do that. You can't. You just can't. You can't speak out both sides of your mouth. You can't say you want men to be men, but then try to specify what you want in a man and say that this is what men need to possess to be men for y'all. But then when y'all get it, now it's what's going on? Now y'all acting like y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all can't clown Malik Yoba. Y'all can't clown him because y'all asked for this. Y'all wanted men who was in touch with their feminine side. Now you have them. You have them now. And you been had them. But they been hiding because they thought that BW's like masculine men. But when they saw that, oh, normal manly shit is toxic to these women. Oh, okay. So now let's let them loose. And now you got all these down low men coming to the forefront. New masculinity. Hi, I'm here. New masculine man. Malik Yoba. Pharrell Williams. Little Nas X. Now it's going to be normal. Now they're about to normalize the effeminate man, the effeminate BM. It's about to be normalized now. Not just dudes walking around looking like Lil Uzi. Not just the clothes and, dudes wearing purses and dress. Not just that. Not just the fashion part. Now you're really about to see them come out. Now you're about to see them come out. And all you Hotep queens gonna sit back and be quiet. Like, oh shit. And I know why y'all not saying nothing, because y'all guilty. Because y'all know at the end of the day, this is not what y'all wanted. But y'all been promoting this shit. Y'all been pushing this shit for a long time. Now look what y'all got. So at this point, it should be, y'all shouldn't be talking about nothing else. It's nothing to talk about. Because y'all got the men y'all asked for. Y'all got them. And this is why I can say confidently that y'all are in favor for new masculinity. And if y'all not, let me hear the uproar. Where's the uproar? Y'all more worried about Jason Pope. And I know why y'all worrying about Jason Pope, because Jason Pope did what he did to BWs. You see? He did that to little black girls. But I don't hear that same uproar for these little black boys. I don't hear that from y'all. I don't hear y'all defending y'all sons from becoming effeminate. All y'all worried about is y'all son not getting killed or going to jail. But y'all rather him become what? Moist. Y'all rather him be moist than to go to jail or get murdered. Y'all be happy with y'all son coming in there sashaying his ass around. Y'all be okay with that. Y'all accept that. Him coming in the house voguing. Y'all accept that. Because y'all are afraid to let y'all sons be men. Because guess what? Being a man is dangerous. Being a man is dangerous. So growing up, y'all sons gonna get in this shit. They're gonna have fights. They're gonna get into shit. That is the process. Just like all you guys who love y'all daughters, and ain't nothing wrong with that, and I salute y'all for that. But one day that little girl gonna have sex. No matter how much you got to say about whatever, one day your daughter is going to have sex. And she's going to have to experience being in relationships and going through shit. That is the process. That is the journey. But y'all rather y'all sons not go through the process. Y'all rather try to skip the process and just let them grow up and be effeminate. And grow up and be moist. Not masculine, moist. Because that's all you can be. You're either masculine or you're moist. There's no in-betweens. And that even has something to do with your sexual preference. Because there's very masculine gay men. Just because you a gay man don't mean you gotta walk around acting like your auntie. You can walk around and present yourself like a man. What you do in your bedroom ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. But see, this new form of masculinity equals moist. There's nothing masculine about a man in a dress. That's moist. That's not him being in touch with his feelings. That's moist. That's moist. Shout out to that Cash App, man. I appreciate it. The links is in the chat room. That's moist. And that is another way to subdue BMs. Make them moist. Because when a man is moist, guess what he doesn't do? He doesn't fight for himself. He doesn't fight for himself. And I'm not talking about fighting for his family and no, himself first. He's not willing to fight. He's not willing to go through the process. That's moist. Oh, I'll just follow mommy. I'll be okay if I follow mommy. That's a moist man. Long as I do what mommy says, I'm okay. Moist. I'll just do whatever my woman says because I just want to see her smile. Moist. Now, how many of y'all Hotep queens want y'all sons growing up being like that? You want your son to be a do boy? How would y'all feel about that? Your son growing up being a do boy, being a yes man. Boy don't know what resistance look off or even smell like. The only traits of a man that they have is their looks. Physical traits. Everything else, moist. You're right, Tora. Many of them would approve of it. Because most of them just want their sons to stay up under them for the rest of their goddamn life. They want their sons to be their girlfriends. The loyal friend that they don't have, because none of them strags they hang out with are really loyal to them. Because strags are not loyal to one another. Strags are cutthroat to each other. At any point, they'll serve one another up on a goddamn platter. So many of them would approve that their sons grow up and be moist. Because they know their sons going to stay loyal. Because that's their mother. And they play on that. They play on that. You never gonna leave mommy, right? You mommy's baby, right? You never gonna leave mommy. Just do what mommy say. Okay? This shit is sad, man. Sad. Then your son become your best friend, your bestie. Your son become your bestie. You see a lot of that down here in the South. See a lot of little moist mama boys. They walking in the supermarket with their mama, flapping they goddamn feet with her. Walking through the supermarket with slippers on, flapping. Sucking they teeth and shit. Mommy, this what you want? You want this one? See it all the time down here, man. Big moist niggas. He damn near 7 feet tall and moist. Walking around looking flimsy. This shit is sad. But if y'all so much in favor for we the kings, the kings, where's the kings? My king. Oh, where's my king? What happened? What happened? Why y'all not saying nothing? Why y'all so quiet? Oh, cause y'all not gonna speak out on what's right. But y'all sit up and talk for 8 hours about some bullshit. But then wonder why y'all not taken seriously. Cause y'all don't even have serious conversations. Your conversations is straight bullshit. And it don't make no goddamn sense how y'all keep walking around here ignoring the real problem. What up, another mind? What's good? Shit don't make no sense, man. And this is why, man, y'all gotta totally unplug from this whole, quote unquote conscious Hotep pro-black nonsense. Cause it ain't nothing but a bunch of messed up people with costumes on, man. And they using this shit just to get $1, man. They labeling themselves so they could get $1. Cause y'all Hotep queens ain't about no Hotep. Y'all ain't about peace. Y'all ain't about peace. Shit don't make no sense, man. Shit don't make no sense, man. And shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. Let me see who up in here, man. The links is in the chat room. Hit the links, y'all. CashApp SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Streamlab links is in the chat room. Mr. Sutton, what's good? CDG, what's going on? That's a fact, CDG. That's a fact. They only have the moist men out on the floor. You gotta look moist. Right. That's a fact, Torin. You know I'm gonna be called that. I mean, you already know. JMJ, what's going on? Albert, what's good, Albert? What up, Kels? Boogeyman, what's good, Boogeyman? Omega, what's good, Omega? Tony Smith, what's good? What up, Kendra? Deep in Thought, what's good? Yeah, you right, CDG. But it even goes deeper than that, man. We talking about we talking about at this point what a lot of these, you know, stragavists are trying to do is they're trying to wipe out or basically recontextualize masculine energy. So it's deeper than just the man not being just the lack of male presence. It's deeper than that. They're trying to recontextualize the energy that men put out. They're trying to say that our energy is toxic. Everything about us, like K. Fillet said, we're evil. It's something in us that makes us a certain way. This is what they believe, bro. They're trying to recontextualize masculine energy and what is considered masculine energy. Yeah, she did. She spoke about it in the ISIS papers. And all of these, Hotep queens, they supposedly had read that book. Because whenever they want to talk about colorism, they always go back to Francis Cress. But y'all don't want to talk about the effeminization of the BM. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about that part. Y'all want to act like that part don't matter. Come on, man. Gotta read the whole goddamn book. And in the book, they talk about how they've always tried to shut down our masculinity. Always. We've always been at the top of the list. BMs when it came to masculinity. But they're trying to do it on a whole bigger level. It's not just directed at us. They're trying to recontextualize masculinity, period. For men, period. But they always been attacking our masculinity. That's nothing new. But them Hotep queens should know that. Because they should have read the ISIS papers. If you a real Hotep queen, yep, exactly. And Shahrazad Ali. Exactly. If you take male energy out, everything go off balance. The whole earth vibration. Exactly. Of course, CDG. Of course. That's why I said these Hotep queens need to stop using that shit as a label and as a costume. Because if Hotep supposed to be another word for peace, how could you be at peace when you're off balance? How could you be at peace when you're off balance? You're not at peace. So it's bullshit. That's what GQ stand for, JMJ. Of course, of course. Shout out to Paul Johnson. Of course, man. Of course, it takes us off balance. Of course, of course. But see, women are coming up and they think that they don't, that masculinity um is not something that is always needed in the equation. They think masculinity is disposable or recyclable. You could throw it away and pick it back up and reuse it, or rechargeable, you know? And that's why so many of these feminists, and shout out to Donovan Sharp, because I've noticed he's been dropping a lot of content with a lot of different feminists coming out talking about how they lonely and all of this stuff. A lot of different women retracting about even being feminist and pushing certain rhetoric because it has gotten them nowhere. It's gotten them nowhere. Just like new masculinity is not going to get you a man. Okay, Hotep Queen? These new masculine men ain't going to want y'all either. They don't want y'all either. They don't want y'all. So y'all did all this advocating and y'all still going to be lonely. Still. That's the sad part. Y'all still going to be by yourself. Definitely not, Torrin. Facts, Zoe. Yeah, a lot of them are on medication. Oh, we already know that. A lot of them are on psych meds, all types of antidepressants and shit. No doubt, CDG. No doubt. Indeed. We all do. We all do, man. We all do. We all do. We all have to deprogram. We have to deprogram and reprogram. But the only way we gonna do that, man, is if, we swallow the reality pill, which is the red pill. Once you look at your life and see what it is and you make a decision on what you're gonna do when you do it, then things will change. The process begins. But you gotta wake up first to know you was asleep. A lot of people don't even know they sleep because they haven't woke up yet. You know? That's the only way you can deprogram. You gotta wake up to understand you was programmed first. And then begin to challenge things. And see, that is another reason why they always wanted BM's masculinity to be turned down. Because we challenge things. That is masculinity. That is masculine energy. Facing things, challenging it, challenging yourself. pushing yourself. They don't want us to be that way. As a matter of fact, they don't want men to be that way anymore. They don't want men to fight anymore. They want men to give up. Just give in and let them take control. They want submission from us. Y'all don't get that? They want submission from us. They don't want men to be men. They want us to shut up and listen and just follow directions. Well, guess what? God ain't make us the tail. Okay? That's why you got a head and you got an ass. You see? God didn't make the man the tail. So why do we have to follow our woman? But didn't the Hotep queens say we don't lead anything, but then say we don't have the power to lead anything, but then cry about the men who saying we should lead everything and we are leading, and continue to basically encourage other men to be leaders and to know that you're the leader by default because God made you the head, not the tail. You are the brain in the relationship. You are not just your dick. You are the brain. That's what he mean by when he say you're the head. That's why you're the leader, because you are the one that operates from logic. Not because you got the biggest goddamn wallet. It's because you operate from logic. That's why you're the leader. You're the thinker. That's why you're the leader. Not because you wear Gucci all the goddamn time. That's not why you should lead your woman. Because you could take her to Lenox Mall and let her ball out. Because it's a lot of cream puffs who can do that too. You're the leader when you know that you're the thinker. When you're the brain in the relationship. You're the architect. That's what makes you the leader. But they don't want leaders. The Hotep queens. They want girlfriends with dicks. That's what y'all Hotep queen wants. Y'all want girlfriends with dicks. That's what y'all want. Y'all want y'all man that act, think, and do everything just like y'all. He just got a dick. That's all. And if I'm not mistaken, that's what Malik Yoba likes. New masculinity. God damn. New masculinity. Yes, sir, Paul Johnson. Exactly. You are the problem solver. Exactly. New masculinity, man. And all you Hotep queens and all y'all pro-black queens, Queen Mother Earth, you know, all that silly shit. Y'all are in favor for new masculinity. Y'all in favor for it. Y'all advocated for it. Y'all got it. But you know, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to say something about it. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Before I go, man, hit the Cash App. Sheep Stay Sleep TV. $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Hit the Cash App. Streamlabs links is in the chat room. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be you don't have to be that CDG, but it's natural, you know, if you a straight male to be opposed to that shit. That's natural. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, another mind. Right, exactly, Torin. Exactly. Scared of what? You saying you a female, CDG? Yep, that's it. That's exactly what it is, Albert. That's exactly what it is, man. Double C, what's going on, Double C? Much love, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. That's that's easy to understand. They like them because, you know, those types of men can relate to them. They have a lot in common. You know, socially, sexually, they have a lot in common. So that's why, you know, that's all it is. It's not, nah, it's not a control thing. It's not a control thing. When you see those types of men hanging around a bunch of women, they're another one of the girls. It's that simple. It's not that deep. They just another one of the girls to the women. You know, that's all it is. CDG. They don't got nothing to do with control. They just another one of they homegirls. That's all. Right. Exactly, Boogeyman. Look at what Boogeyman wrote, CDG. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Just look at every just look at every season of Love and Hip Hop. Just look at every season of Love and Hip Hop. One of them strags always got one of those types of loyal friends. They always got one of those friends. Facts. Ha ha. Yep. That's a whole nother topic in itself, Torin. That's a Snapple fact. That's a Snapple fact. That's how a lot of those men be having children too. They be having children like that. That's a fact, dog. Yeah. Just look at that. Any one of those little reality shows, you gonna always see one of those women with with one of those types of dudes as they friends. That shit worldwide now, Torrin. It's worldwide now with that, man. That shit been going on for a minute, man. But that's how a lot of them, a lot of them dudes, that's how they be giving it up. They'll have a baby by one of their homegirls. That shit wicked. But shout out to y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in tonight to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate all the love and the support. To donate, the links is in the chat room. Shout out to everybody who has donated tonight. I appreciate it. Much love to y'all. Y'all stay tuned for more content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. This is DS1 Ross. And remember, y'all, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. I appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.